All right, today I'm going to be talking about this brand new ball head that I just got in for my tripod. And we'll talk a little bit about why I'm switching ball heads. And we'll talk about some of the benefits of this ball head as well over this one. Stay tuned and we'll talk about it. Hello and welcome back everyone. Eric Marks, findingmiddleearth.com. And today we're going to talk about my new ball head by this wonderful company up in California called Acratech. Okay, they're a great company. I'll talk about them more in just a minute. So as most of you know, for about 6 months now, ever since I bought my Faisal tripod here, the CT3472, the legs, I have also bought the Faisal CB70D head with these legs. Now, just a quick update on the tripod, because I get a lot of people asking me about the Faisal, because like me and one other photographer on YouTube are like the only two that actually make videos on this thing. One of us has had problems with it, and I have not, and I still haven't. It's great. It's a wonderful tripod. The legs have not choked up on me at all. They're great. It still works awesome. However, the Faisal head, as a lot of you know, in my last update video on the Faisal tripod, I talked about how heavy the head was. And I didn't really notice it all that much until just recently when I took the head off to clean it, because there was some salt water and just some sand that got under it. When I took it off, I was just like, oh my gosh, this thing is just a monster. And when you hold the head and the legs side by side, the head is heavier. I mean, it feels like just a chunk of metal, and the legs are carbon fiber. So I paid all this money for these carbon fiber legs, and the head is, I think, aluminum or something like that. And it's heavy. It's a big just chunk of metal, and there's no reason for me to have this big, huge head adding weight to my tripod when I'm out hiking, okay? So that's the first thing. I've been looking at replacing this head for a little while. Probably about 3 months or so I've been looking at replacing this head, okay? And I didn't really know what I was going to do. I didn't know if I was going to go back to the Really Right Stuff BH55 head or maybe a BH40. I was trying to, you know, look at the weight and the size. And I came from a Really Right Stuff tripod, which I actually had problems with the legs on the tripod. The little lever mechanisms that release the leg, the spring that actually let the leg move in and out, the springs kept going bad on me on the lever. So the legs were just loose. They would never, you know, stay put. So that's what happened with the Really Right Stuff tripod. So I was, you know, I'm a little cautious about the Really Right Stuff for me, just because I've had a bad experience with them. But I was thinking about the Really Right Stuff heads. I was looking at a couple of Manfrotto heads, some Enduro heads, and then I went shooting recently with a buddy of mine that actually lives about 10 minutes from here. And we just went shooting at a lake around us, and he pulled out his tripod and he had this head on it. And I said, what in the world is that? It was a crazy looking, you know, ball head. It just looked different than anyone I've ever seen. And he said, oh, it's an Acratech. And it's Acratech. And, you know, I was like, I've heard of them. And so he actually, you know, took his camera off right then, and he said, come here. And he put my camera on there, and he said, look at this. And he let me, you know, play around with it. And it's so fluid and smooth and easy to use. And I love the design. And he started explaining to me some of the other features. And so, of course, the day that he did that, I got online and researched everything about Acratech that I could. So we'll get into that. So anyway, so the Faisal CB70D, along with it being really heavy, it also broke on me. The stupid back plate will not tightly stay in against the base plate anymore, because the threading on this knob, the back threading actually broke. It's just, the knob will not stay attached tightly to the rod. So the rod will go tightly into the base plate here, but the actual knob will not stay tight against the rod. So because of that, I can't get enough playroom on the rod to make this stay in. Because look, this is as tight as it goes right here, but it still pops out. The springs pop out. So anyway, now keep in mind, I am hard on my gear, and I never really looked up reviews on the Faisal heads. The Faisal tripod legs all had very good reviews, but the heads have, almost nobody buys the Faisal heads. So I just took a shot in the dark, and now I know that they're okay, but they're not great. You know, I mean, I'm sure I've dropped the tripod a few times. I know I have. So very, very easily could have been me. But yeah, this is just pretty much useless to me now, and it's so heavy to begin with. So anyway, I don't like this anymore. There goes one of my springs just shot out at me. And let me tell you one of the worst things about this head, okay? And other brand name heads have this too. On the inside of the tension knob, there is an unbelievable amount of gooey, slimy grease and lubricant, and it's exposed. And so every time that I get this dirty and I rinse it under cold water, the grease and the lube spreads and it leaks all over the tripod. And I literally, the only thing that will get it out are these specific kind of wipes that I have to buy at a hardware store. And it's supposed to like break through like car grease. And it's the only thing that will get it out. And it's just so annoying because I like to have, you know, tripod or tripod head. Look, I just got some on my finger right now. Gosh, it's just so annoying. So anyway, yeah, there's this residue that'll just leak if you run this under fresh water. It just comes off, the grease on the inside of this tension knob. So anyway, I just have kind of fed up with this thing. So I don't like that anymore. I got in, the company Acratech was just, I mean, I cannot speak enough good things about them because they were cool enough to send me their GP ball head, which is the one I was looking at, with the lever release, and they sent it to me to keep. They said I can just have it. So thank you so much, Acratech. You guys are just the coolest company ever. I mean, I seriously, I don't say that much. I don't endorse companies like ever unless I really, really, you know, stand behind them. Like the only one that I really endorse is Smug Mug because I just really believe in their product. But Acratech is just awesome. Okay, so here it is. This is the Acratech GP ball head, the one with the lever. I think this thing retails for about $430 US, which is, you know, right around there with the really right stuff and some of the nicer ones that you'd be paying. And the difference with the Acratech is that it is worth the money. It's worth the $430 because it's not just a ball head. It is a gimbal head. When you switch it over to its right position, it actually acts as a gimbal head, okay? And then there's a way in the directions, I haven't done it yet, that you can actually somehow take the clamp here off of the ball, and you can put it upside down on this part here and thread it through here, and it becomes a pano head for panoramic shots. So it's like a 3-in-1 ball head, and it's really good. The knobs are just perfect. It's so fluid. The tension knob is just so nice. I mean, it just, everything just kind of feels and works the way that you would expect something that costs $430 to, you know, to work. It's the way you'd expect it to work. It's so nice. I love the lever. This will be the second time that I've had one with a lever, and I've missed the lever. So I'm so glad to have that. I like that all of their markings are laser indented into the carbon fiber here, because if it's ink or like printed on or whatever, sometimes they can fade with, like, you know, sweaty hands or whatever. So yeah, it's all laser printed in here, so it's just an actual indent in the metal. And then it's got a very like skeletal design. And what I mean by that is it's kind of like everything's exposed. I love that. It's very like industrial looking, and you can actually see the mill, like from the mill, you can see the mill grain marks. It's a work of art, really. I mean, you can tell an artist, you know, someone that's really creative designed this, and it's so cool. So yeah, not only does it look cool, it performs awesome. This will be my first time actually owning one, but as soon as my friend showed me his, I mean, I just asked him if I could use his the rest of the day so I could try it out, because I had been researching ball heads for months, and I was like, well, I think I've made my decision. The Acratech stuff is awesome, and it's light. It weighs like, I think like less than a pound, maybe right at a pound. This one weighs, I think, a little over 2 pounds. The BH55 head weighs like 1.96 pounds. And so this thing is light, and it's awesome. It can hold, I think, 25 pounds. So yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to get this head. If you're looking for a good ball head for mirrorless cameras, for DSLRs, whatever, this head is just beautiful. It's beautifully constructed, beautifully designed. You can just tell that it's made well. You know, it's one of those things, it's one of those few things these days that when you take it out of the box and you pick it up, you can just tell that care and love went into making this thing. I mean, it really is. It's just one of those, I think Acratech is like kind of a smaller family-owned company, and you can tell, you know, they put the love into their products. It's kind of like an Apple product. It just feels nice. It's constructed nice. You can tell that it was just built with photographers in mind. So anyway, I love this ball head. And I got my D810 out so I can actually mount it in here with my L bracket. Let's put that sucker in here. Ah, yes, I love being able to clip it in with the lever. It's very gratifying to know that it's locked in. So yeah, I mean, this thing, it's not going anywhere. I mean, look at this. It is so, that ball will not move. Okay, this is the D810 with the 16-35, and I'm putting all the weight in the world and seeing if the ball head will move. It literally just does not shift once. This Feisel tripod, even at its tightest, I could get it to move just a little bit if I put enough weight on it. So this, I mean, it's just it really is. The ball head is just a work of art. So yeah, I don't know. If you guys are looking for a ball head, you know, I promise I'm not getting any money for this. I didn't get paid by Acratech to do this. They literally were just kind enough to say, here you go. You know, I guess I sent, you know, they looked at my website and YouTube channel, I guess, because I was emailing back and forth with them, and they just said, yeah, well, we're just going to send you one to keep. And so I even emailed back and I was like, are you sending me one like on loan to review, or is it really just to have? And they're like, yeah, to have. So I mean, they're just, again, thank you so much, Acratech. I know it's probably small for you guys as a big company, but it really does mean a lot. So yeah, this is a great ball head. I did not just get contacted by the company and then say, oh yeah, this will just be the ball head that I pick. Like, I literally went through so many ball head choices, and then when I decided on this one, that's why I'm standing behind Acratech, because I did all my research, and this is the one that I decided on after trying tons of other ones. I never ever like speak good about companies or endorse companies that I don't believe in. This company, they're doing it right. So take a look at their ball heads. They have a few of them. I think their newest one is called the Nomad. It's a little smaller than this one. I don't know if it holds quite as much weight, but I love the lever release. So that's a huge thing. If you guys are interested in a lever release ball head that's not really right stuff, this one is awesome. The skeletal design is awesome. It's way lighter than the really right stuff BH55 head. The BH40 head by Really Right Stuff, I've tried it. It's just, it's not as, I don't know, it doesn't feel as good. It doesn't feel as fluid. Something about this ball, like when you're actually moving it around with the tension knob and stuff, it's so fluid and smooth. And I don't know, everything just seems to work like it's supposed to. So yeah, I know I'm kind of rambling on, but this is a killer ball head. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount it to my, screw it onto my Feisel tripod, and I'm sure I'll do an update on this too. So in a month or so, I'll do a Acratech GP update with my Feisel legs here. And I'm excited. Tomorrow at about 1 p.m. I'm leaving to go to the mountains for the weekend. I'm staying in a cabin. And I'm sure I'll do a lot of photography while I'm up there. So I'm going to take this and see how it fares in the middle of the woods with the cold temperatures and possibly some snow. So again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Anything at all I can answer in the comments. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. If you would like to stay up to date on all of my latest photography videos and adventures, click the big subscribe button below. And if you would like to find out more about me and how to become a great photographer, visit my website at findingmiddleearth.com.